You are about to witness the very exciting story of a city and its people.
Welcome to motherfucking Detroit.
What up, doe? What up, doe? The Detroit Mail back here with another episode of the No Name Podcast. All right, let's get all the preliminaries out of the way. If you have not subscribed to the channel, go to the IOW Network channel on YouTube. Hit the like and subscribe button. I just want to give a quick shout out to all the people who have subscribed to our channel, all the new subscribers that we have. All the viewership this channel has been getting is much appreciated. We ask that you hit the like button too to help the algorithm. So we have a lot of views, but not a lot of likes. So please hit the likes. I hate asking for it, but it helps with the YouTube algorithm. So, just hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. But shout out to those who have subscribed. Also, on Facebook, we have the IOW Network Facebook page. So if you have a hot take and you just want to drop your hot take, you can drop your hot take on the IOW Facebook page, IOW Network Facebook page. And it's there for you. If you have a funny joke you want to tell, right there, you can drop that funny joke. If you have a meme you just can't hold, boom, right there, you can drop it right there on the IOW Network Facebook page. And as Lamar always says, we are in here not only for sports, but for networking also. So if you have something that you're selling, something you want to promote, your podcast, you're selling brownies, you're selling t-shirts, you're selling hats, whatever you're selling, you can promote it on the IOW Network page. It is there for you, and you. It is all there for the public to use to talk sports or for networking. Also, if you are on Twitter, we have a Twitter page for you. So you can go to IOW Sports on Twitter. We are there. Also on IG. You can catch us there too. We are on IG. So you can go to IG, IOW Network. I think it's 19 on IG. We are there. We drop takes. We drop shorts. Sometimes Nick would throw something up there. And something funny, something hilarious. So if you want to do that, you can. Also, part of our network, we have the Wizard Chief. That is our own Wildcard Mar. He has his own Chief podcast also. So if you are a Chief fan and you love talking everything Chiefs, you can go over to IOW Network, IOW Sports Network on YouTube and look up Wildcard's page, the Wizard Chief. Oh, and for you Jets fans, we have something for you. We have Proud Jet fans by our own Nick Shine. So I think that's everything out of the way. Oh, yes, at the very bottom, you'll see scrolling across the bottom. If you would like one of our very own IOW Network snapback hat, right there, you see the Cash App. Scrolling across the bottom there, just drop the Cash App. Just drop the Cash App and $30 in that Cash App and your address, and we will mail you off a official IOW Network cap. Now I think that's it. So let's get into today's video. Today's video is another response video. It's like Detroit Lions is getting dogged out here in these streets. What's going on? So I came across a video on Swifty Sports Network. And Swifty, he's a Chicago Bears fan. First, before we get into the video, I'm going to say this. I got a lot of family in Chicago. Got a lot of respect for Chicago. So I am going to do my best not to make this a tick for tat video or a video dog in Chicago as a whole, I am going to lay out some facts that I think that were inaccurate or disingenuous. You may hear me use that word a lot because I think a lot of things that he said in this video was disingenuous and wasn't well researched. It was just an emotional fan making an emotional response. Um, and I think you should have love for your team. I have love for mine. Lamar has love for his Chiefs. Nick has love for his Jets. So I think having love for your team is great. But we don't have to. I don't have to personally attack another team to uplift mine. I think that, or if I am going to attack your team, I'm going to try to attack it from a factual standpoint, an analytical standpoint. Now, don't get me wrong. If you watch our IOW Sports Network show that we do live every Monday and Thursday at 4:00, we have Matt that comes on here. He is a diehard Giants fan. We poke fun at him. That's all I love. A couple other people got Commander fans that come on here. I poke fun at them. I poke fun at Nick all the time because he's a Jets fan. He pokes fun back at me, a Lions fan, and vice versa. It's all in fun. But I think when you attack a team based on your love for your other team and not without facts, that's an issue. But anyway, let's start off with one of his first points. He said that Jared Goff sucks. Now, I had to have a disclaimer. I was not a big Jared Goff fan when they got Jared Goff. Just wasn't. I thought that Jared Goff was not a great quarterback. I didn't want him. He started growing me a little bit from the little things I've seen. Is he the answer or our future quarterback? That remains to be seen. I will be honest with you. That remains to be seen for me. I'm not one of those who think Jared Goff is the second coming. Like my grandma used to say, next best thing to sliced bread. I don't think that's the case, but I don't think he's as bad as everyone says he is. One of the things he does great, Jared Goff is good with the play action. I think that his play action game is on point, even when he was in LA and then he brings that over here. Now, why is that important? I think the play action is very important because when you look at what play action does, play action it creates it creates more defined reads. So Jared Goff can move defenders out of position with the play action. Well, quarterbacks in general, with play action, you can move the defender out of position. It gives the quarterback more time. It frees the defense. The defense are not rushing at you all at one time. So play action is great for that. Now, look what he has. He has a great offensive line, which is going to open the holes for 3 good backs. I think DeAndre Swift is a great back. I think Jamal Williams is a great back. I think Craig Reynolds is up and coming back. And now they got Justin Jefferson, who they may keep. We don't know until the cuts come down, but possibly having Justin Jefferson also. So you have possibly 4 good backs. Or 3, how many backs they gonna keep? But you have good running backs back there. And so now the defense has to fear that. And as time goes on throughout the season, and as that line develops and mesh together, bar no injury, they keep opening up holes, the more that play action works. So I think he does the play action well. So you have to respect his play action. Now, another point that Swifty raised was that Jared Goff benefited from McVay's scheme, and McVay's scheme did all the work. Well, so what? If you look at out throughout the NFL, it's a lot of quarterbacks that benefit from schemes. Let's take Jimmy G for instance. Jimmy G benefited from Shanahan's scheme. Without Shanahan's scheme, Jimmy G would not be who Jimmy G is. So Jimmy G benefited from Shanahan's scheme. He went to a Super Bowl, went to several NFC championships, and was one game away from going to another one. So to say that Goff benefited from McVay's scheme, who cares? The NFL is made up of schemes. Brady and Belichick, Kirk Cousin and Gruden in Washington, Russell Wilson and Darrell Bevell. Those schemes benefited those quarterbacks. So to say that, oh, he benefited from McVay's scheme, so what? That's a mute point to me. That's part of the game. Is that quarterback is running that scheme correctly and it's helping the team? Who cares? Now everybody know I don't like Kirk Cousins. I have to give Kirk Cousins some praise. So you know what I'm saying? So anyway, then he says, well, before I get into the next point, I do want to bring up Jared Goff's game with the Dolphins. Now, I'm not gonna say that game was a game that caused his decline, but I am gonna say it did cause his confidence to shake. Let's say that. So in this particular game, the Dolphins was running a cover three. They ran a cover three Firestone blitz. So that's 3 deep and covering in a 3 deep cover zone. But instead of your typical 4 underneath, they had 5, so they had an extra man blitzing. So to have 5 guys coming, and then they did something a little different. Also with this, instead of the deep safety covering the middle third, he dropped down to a hook curl zone, and another safety covered his other position. So when Jared Goff hands the ball off, by the time he rotates around, by the time he comes around, he didn't see the rotation. I believe he threw a pick. And so these kind of things, and throughout that game, you see the Dolphins is adjusting to Jared Goff and just, Jared Goff throwing play, Jared Goff getting rushed from the other side, and he's getting knocked down fumbles and throwing interceptions. And I think this has shook his confidence, and this confidence is being shaken. And you combine that with his relationship with McVay's starting to deteriorate. He started checking down more and more. So instead of being patient in the pocket, Jared Goff was checking down a lot. So this took the confidence away from McVay and Jared Goff, thinking he can't handle the offense. And then Jared Goff's confidence is getting shook, thinking that, he needs to hurry up, get rid of the ball, and he's checking down more often. So this residual effect comes to the first year in Detroit, and you see that, especially in the first 10 games he played, if that, you see that. Then Jared Goff is shook. Now, I want to talk about the difference between Campbell and McVay, because I think this is significant in proving my point that Goff is not as bad as everyone say he is. With McVay, the way he handled Goff's performance, it was more of a confrontational, antagonistic relationship. And you can see it, like when they're on the sidelines, you can see it in Goff's demeanor on the sideline, how when he was winning, he come off the sideline, he was patting him on the butt, shaking his hand, giving him a pound, everything's cool. When Goff started to regress, he come off the field, he ain't got nothing to say to him. Goff goes to the side, he goes away. So you see that antagonistic relationship happening. When he comes over to Detroit, you see Campbell starting to build him up, building his confidence up. And it took the last 6 games before you start to see his confidence, and the addition of Josh Reynolds helping him, and St. Brown starting to come along as a receiver. So those things kind of help too. And you see it starting to help, but he still came over with that defeated attitude, so to speak. But you see Campbell starting to build them up. Now, where do I see improvements at? So, and you look at the improvements that Jared Goff did on the off season. He started working with, and I don't want to jack his name. I think it's quarterback coach Adam Dudo, I think his name, who worked with, and if I jack the name up, my bad, bro. But he worked with Matt Ryan. He worked with Stafford. He worked with Lamar Jackson. So you seeing these improvements that Goff did. And one of the biggest things he did was left foot up. So when he's in shotgun, he started with the left foot up. And what does that do? That allows Jared Goff to get into the position quicker, get ready to throw the ball. Now, that's just a quick overview of it. If you want a more adept analysis, go over to Detroit Forum by David. You know, he's an ex-quarterback, and he breaks it down even more. I'm just giving you a quick overview. If you want more in depth, please go to his page and he give you more in depth analysis. But my point is that just a little change in his mechanics, is a little change in his techniques, is going to allow him to get that ball out faster. You're going to see improvements in Goff this year. Now, what else did they do? They put weapons around Goff. Who they put around him? He got Chark. He's got St. Brown when Jameson comes back. He's got Hawkinson, healthy Hawkinson, if they keep Cephas. So they have weapons around. They got an offensive line around him that will protect him and keep him upright. You got running backs. So you got a lot of weapons around him that he can succeed. So now is Campbell building his confidence. The coach staff building his confidence. You got Mark Brunell building his confidence and working with him. You had the offseason working with Adam, building his confidence. So, and you start to see it. Where I see it at. Let's look at this. The Falcons game, he wasn't supposed to play. He went to Dan Campbell and said, "Hey, if all my stars are gonna be out there, I want to be out there with them," showing leadership. In the players practice, he's one of the vocal people in the players practice, showing leadership. That's confidence. I'm seeing the confidence built in him. So I believe that Jared Goff is going to be better than he was last year. So for Swifty to say he's gonna suck or that he sucks, he's not. He obviously not seeing what I see. I'm gonna say that. I don't know if it's on purpose or he deliberately not looking, or he just didn't see the stuff I seen. What I'm gonna say is this: Jared Goff will improve. Mark my word for it. Now, the second point, I'm trying to read my notes too, and try to remember at the same time. He said that Detroit was awful last year. Well, Swifty, I don't disagree with you. They were awful last year. So that point was mute too, because you gotta agree. I agree with you. Now, one thing you know about me, I'm not one of those fans who says, "Oh, Detroit Lions are going to the Super Bowl." That's foolishness. I know they're not going to the Super Bowl. I said it before, and I say it all the time. You know, I see improvements, but I don't see Super Bowl improvements. They're on the right trajectory going upward, but I don't think they're going to the Super Bowl. So yeah, you're right. They were awful last year. They were. However, it all wasn't Jared Goff's fault. You have to look at the injuries they had. That injury to Taylor Decker. That injury to Ragnar. Panay Sewell was a rookie. Swift was injured in that. They lost Tyrell Williams, I think the first game. So all they had, Hawkinson was injured. So he had a lot of injuries. And you look at his last 6 games, Jared Goff's last 6 games, his passing ratings, he was 3rd behind Joe Burrow and Aaron Rodgers, 2 great quarterbacks. He was 3rd. Not only that, because I know another thing he says, he can't throw the deep ball. Well, it's not that he can't throw the deep ball. He didn't have anyone who throw the deep ball too. But when he did throw the deep ball, he was 5 for 1, 5 touchdowns for 1 interception. What does that mean? That means when he did throw the deep ball, he was extremely accurate. So saying he can't throw the deep ball is not accurate. It's not even it's disingenuous. Like I said before, he did not. Swifty didn't do the research. He automatically took at face value, still looking into the numbers. A lot of times when you see things not you look at it from a surface value, you don't see the nuances behind what's going on. And especially if you're not a fan, you're not gonna see the nuances anyway. But as a Chicago Bear fan, he's just looking at, oh, Goff sucks. He's not throwing the deep ball. But you're not looking at the fact that he had injuries all last year. You're not looking at the fact that he had no one to throw the deep ball to. St. Brown is a slot receiver, so he's not really running deep routes. He's not running goal routes, none of that stuff. He's doing a lot of slants, a lot of underneaths, things like that. So he's not running deep routes. And then all he had after that was Josh Reynolds. And if your receivers can't get separation, how you gonna throw the deep ball? But when he did get some separation, or when he did throw the deep ball, he was accurate. So, and I think he brought the fact they traded Matthew Stafford. He said I'm trying to think his exact word. What is he said? He said it's baffling. That's what he said. Them trading Matthew Stafford was baffling. Well, here's what I say to that. Stafford was in Detroit for 12 years. He did great for the team. He did great for the community. Stafford played his heart out here in Detroit, and Detroit did not return the favor. That's what it is. Detroit fans can say what they want. They didn't return the favor. And I'm talking about not giving pieces that he need around him. I think only one time I can say they had a decent team. That's when they had a great defense. But you never seen it where they had good defense, good offense. He had a good offense, bad defense, or vice versa. They didn't put a full complement of players around Stafford, and he played through a lot of games injured. So when they brought in this new regime, I think it was compassion and mercy they showed on Stafford by trading him, because they allowed him to go where he wanted to go. For one thing, they could have been like, let's get rid of him and get what we can for him. They brought him in and said, man, we ain't gonna put you to another rebuild. If you want to leave, that's fine. Where do you want to go? And Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell, shifting to where he wanted to go. That's mercy. That's compassion. You see a lot of organizations don't even do that. So I think that point is a mute point. So I think a lot of points that Swifty raised about this team was either a mute point or disingenuous. You did not look into the fine tuning of this team. You didn't look at the culture change. I'm first one to tell you, I've been a Detroit Lions fan for a long time. And it's the first time I've seen a regime where from top to bottom, there's competency. You can say what you want about Dan Campbell. He says little funny quirks and all this stuff. And, but when you really listen to the man and really see, the man has common sense. The man been around great coaches, Parcells, not McVay, God, why can't I get his name? New Orleans. Y'all get in the comments. Y'all help me out. I can't think of my man's name. And I see his face and everything. The coach from New Orleans. For some reason, I don't know why I'm losing his name. But he's been around great coaches, been around great players. Then he surrounded himself around great staff. Aaron Glenn, Deuce, Hank Fraley. Who's the quarterback coach? Burnell, Antoine Randall, and the list goes on, because for some reason my mind's going blank. It might be because I need to eat. But so you have all these great coaches surrounded. So he not only just played around great coaches, played around great players, he put those great players on his staff. And you can see the past. You see, this is the first time I can see where this team as a whole, from top to bottom, looks like they're competent. And they putting pieces like Aiden Hutchinson in there. I like McNeil they have. They got a good defensive line. Secondary needs to be worked on, but you know what I'm saying? But that can happen in the next year when they pick They got a first round pick they got from LA again this year. And so they can use that to get another defensive pieces. So next year, and they draft well. I like Malcolm Rodriguez. So they have pieces there. So all you people who saying that the Lions are gonna suck, because I heard someone say it wasn't Swifty, but someone else said that they're pathetic and all this stuff. Mark my words. In a couple years, we're gonna revisit this video and we're gonna see where the Lions is leading the division. Where the Lions, and it's because I believe in this organization. Now I said before, I'll read you for the picture, but I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid just yet. I still have my reserve feelings about what the Lions are gonna do because of past things. But I will say they're gonna be better. And this year, I said 7 games. I'm sticking to it. 7 games. They'll win 7. And that's an improvement from 3. And some people say, oh, y'all just selling. No, I'm being realistic. What they have right now. To say, take what they have now, say they win 10 games, take what they have right now and say they win the Super Bowl, it's not being realistic. It's being foolish. But from a realistic standpoint, they can win 7 games. They have enough talent to win 7 games. And next year, they should win 10. And then so forth. And as they build on, they become great. And that's how you build great organizations. You build on what you have. And you keep building every year. So I just wanted to get this out. When I saw that video by Swifty, I had to at least respond to it. I wanted to respond to it with some facts, with some analysis. I didn't want to come attacking him directly. Oh, no, Chicago sucks and Chicago needs to do that. No, we won't need to do all that. You know what I'm saying? Let the play on the field do the talking. They play each other twice this year. Let the play on the field do the talking. If Detroit Lions get beat, Chicago has a right to brag. Because we talk about how much better the Lions are. So if they lose, especially both times get swept, Chicago has a right to brag. But vice versa. If we sweep them, then we have a right to brag. I like Justin Fields as a player. He went to Ohio State, so I don't like him too much, but I like him as a player. I think that's a good piece for Chicago. But Chicago needs to fix the O-line. I don't think they have. I forgot they got a rookie receiver. I forgot his name. I think. But outside of that, they don't really have good receivers. So they got some things they need to work on. I think the division does well when all teams are good. Look at the AFC West. That's everybody talking about. Let's make the NFC North the same way. We can have some friendly rivalries. I don't have a problem with that. But I think attacking people, with no facts, attacking people without doing your research and not giving props to what's really going. I don't have a problem giving props to what I see for Chicago, but then also see the flaws and vice versa. Don't just come out and say, oh, Detroit gonna suck, and you can't say you don't see the improvement. Come on, man. You don't see an improvement that we doing? That's idiocy. But anyway, that's all I got to say. Until next time, this Detroit Mail signing out. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the page. And once again, I do want to appreciate all the ones who subscribe, all the ones who hit the like button. Those who view it and haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button. So we can affect that algorithm. And if you want to talk about this even more, feel free to come on. We on YouTube live every Monday and Thursday at 4 p.m. We go from 4 to 6. So you got 2 hours to trash talk, dispute what I said, and this is a direct invitation to Swifty. If you want to come on, you ain't gotta jump in on the video part. You can just get in the chat if you want to. But if you want to come on the video part too, hey, it's a direct invitation, bro. And it's not no attack. Let's just talk about it. dispute what I got to say. That's fine. I love to chop it up about sports. So let's talk about it. Or any other Chicago fan that says it, just hop in my drop me, hop in my DMs, or shoot me something, email, whatever. Get in the comments below. Whatever you need to do, I'm easy to find. And it's an open invitation to all Chicago fans. If you want to talk about what I just said and see if I'm wrong, hey, let's talk about it. Open invitation. But anyway, until next time, peace.